Hello everyone, my name is Spatchy and welcome to the Forest of Doom. Now, I would explain what this game is, but as soon as I hit play we'll get an overview of what the game is. So I'm just going to get straight into that and then read out what's going on. Okay, the Forest of Doom is a fighting fantasy gamebook, an interactive adventure in which you are the hero. You can only win by choosing the correct path, finding equipment, avoiding traps and surviving combat. Before embarking on your adventure, you must determine your own strengths and weaknesses with a series of dice rolls. You have in your possession a sword, some leather armor and a backpack containing provisions, food and drink, for the trip. You have been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay and exercising vigorously to build up your stamina. You must first choose from one of the 3 difficulty settings. This gamebook has been designed for optimum challenge on the Adventurer difficulty mode. For newcomers to fighting fantasy, we recommend Adventurer on or free read modes. For older readers already familiar with printed versions of this gamebook, we recommend Hardcore Hero mode. Please note that the ending of the Forest of Doom has been changed in Hardcore Hero mode to make it harder. Adventurer, play the Forest of Doom how Ian Livingston designed it. Very little has been changed from the printed version. Your starting stamina is calculated by rolling 2d6 plus 12. You are also given unlimited bookmarks, which act like placing your fingers between the pages. Hardcore Hero, if you have beaten the Forest of Doom in Adventurer mode or have read the printed form of this gamebook before, test your courage in Darkwood Forest with the Ultimate Challenge. Your starting skill is calculated by rolling 1d6 plus 4, thus making you weaker. You also start the adventure with no provisions. You still receive unlimited bookmarks. Free read, play the Forest of Doom like an old school cheater. Free read is set up the same as Adventurer mode, but is different in that it gives you 3 options to easily negotiate your way through the book. Back button. You can move backwards to previous pages. Should you take the wrong direction, you can now back up to choose another path. Free choice, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go Adventurer. Because I am nowhere near Hardcore Hero. You have chosen the Adventurer difficulty mode. Before continuing, you must calculate your initial stamina. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination, and overall fitness. The higher your stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. You must roll 2 dice and add 12 to the number rolled. This is then entered in the stamina box on your adventurer's sheet. Stamina will go up and down during your journey, but if your stamina falls to 0, you die and your adventure is over. If your stamina is getting low, remember to eat some of your provisions. Okay, let's roll for my starting stamina. 16! That could have gone a lot better, but I can't go back on it. Skill. Your skill reflects your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6 to the number. This is then entered in the skill box on your adventure sheet. Adventure sheet. I keep thinking adventurer. Alright, what's my skill? 9. Not bad. About the halfway mark. Okay, now we need to determine my luck, which already hasn't been going good, I will be honest. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy kingdom you're about to explore. Your starting luck is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6 to the number. This is then entered in the luck box on your adventure sheet. Roll my starting luck. Okay. Booyah. Yeah, we got lucky. And we are lucky because we got lucky. Okay. Now I need to choose a potion. Okay. In addition to starting equipment, you may take 1 bottle of magical potion Should I do on my quest? You decide. Okay, so we've got a potion of skill, a potion of strength, or a potion of fortune. To be honest, I think I should take the potion of strength, considering my stamina isn't that crash hot. I do not need the potion of luck unless I want to like overly go nuts with luck. But in my opinion, a potion of strength is the best option. Okay. This potion may be taken anytime during your adventure except when engaged in battle. Taking a measure of potion will restore skill or skill, stamina, or luck scores to their initial level. And the potion of fortune will add 1 point to your initial luck before luck is restored. Each potion contains enough for one measure, so remember to use wisely. Once you've selected a potion, then you may begin. Okay, may the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. Alright, now let's get straight into it. You are an adventurer, a sword for hire, and have been roaming the northern borderlands of your kingdom. Having always spurned the dullness of village life, you now wander the lands in search of wealth and danger. Despite the long walks and rough outdoor life, you are content with your unknown destiny. The world holds no fears for you as you are a skillful warrior, well practiced in the art of slaying evil men and beasts with your trusty sword. Not once during the last 10 days since entering the northern borderlands have you set eyes upon another person. This does not worry you at all, as you are happy with your own company and enjoy the slow, sunny days hunting, eating, and sleeping. It is evening, and having feasted on a dinner of rabbit spit roasted on an open fire, you settle down to sleep beneath your sheepskin blanket. There's a full moon, and the light sparkles on the blade of your broadsword skewered into the ground by your side. You gaze at it, wondering when you will next have to wipe the blood of some vile creature from its sharp edge. These are strange lands, inhabited by weird and loathsome beasts, goblins, trolls, and even dragons. As the flame of your campfire gently dies, you begin to drift asleep, and images of screaming green-faced trolls flicker through your mind. Suddenly, in the bushes to your left, you hear the loud crack of a twig breaking under a clumsy foot. You leap up and grab your sword from the ground. You stand motionless but alert, ready to pounce on your unseen adversary. Then you hear a groan, followed by the dull thud of a body falling to the ground. Is it a trap? Slowly you walk over to the bush where the noise is coming from and carefully pull back the branches. You look down to see a little old man with a great bushy beard, his face contorted with pain. You crouch down to remove the iron helmet covering his balding head, and notice 2 crossbow bolts protruding from the stomach of his plump, chain mail-clad torso. Picking him up, you carry him over to the fire and stir the dying embers into life. After covering him with the sheepskin blanket, you manage to get the old man to drink a little water. He coughs and moans. He sits up rigid, eyes staring fixedly ahead, and starts to shout. I'll get them, don't you fear, Gillibrand. Big Leg is coming to bring you the hammer. Oh yes, indeed I am. Oh yes. The dwarf whose name you presume to be Big Leg is obviously delirious from the poison-tipped bolts lodged in his stomach. You watch as he slumps down again to the ground, then whisper his name in his ear. His eyes stare unblinkingly at you, as he again starts to shout, Ambush, look out, ambush, the hammer! Take the hammer to Gillibrand, save the dwarves! His eyes half close and the pain seems to ease a little, and as the delirium subsides, he speaks to you again in a low whisper. Help us, friend. Take the hammer to Gillibrand. Only the hammer will unite our people against the trolls. We were on our way to Darkwood in search of the hammer, ambushed by the little people. Others killed. The map in my pouch will take you to the home of Yazdromo. Yazdromo, the master mage of these parts. He has great magics for sale to protect you against the creatures of Darkwood. Take my gold. I beg you to find the hammer and take it to Gillibrand, my lord of Stonebridge. You will be well rewarded. Bigleg opens his mouth to start another sentence, but nothing comes out except his last dying breath. You sit down and ponder Bigleg's words. Who is Gillibrand? Who is Yazdromo? What is all the fuss about the dwarfish hammer? You reach over to the still body of Bigleg and remove the pouch from the leather belt around his waist. Inside you find 30 gold pieces and a map. Jingling the coins in your hand, you think of the possible rewards which may await you just for returning a hammer to a village of dwarves. You decide to try and find the hammer in Darkwood Forest. It's been a few weeks since your last good battle, and what is more, you are likely to be well paid for this one. With your mind made up, you settle down to sleep, having taken back the sheepskin blanket from poor Bigleg. In the morning, you bury the old dwarf and gather up your possessions. You examine the map, look up to the sun and find your bearings whistling merrily. You head off south at a good pace, eager to meet this man Yazdromo and see what he has to offer. Now turn over. Okay. Your walk to Yazdromo's takes a little over half a day, and you arrive at this stone tower, dirty and hungry. As the tower is set back on the edges of Darkwood, some 50 meters from the path you've been following. It is difficult to find. Finally, you walk up to the huge oak door, somewhat relieved to find that it does exist and that Bigleg had not been speaking wildly in his delirium. A large brass bell and gong hang from the stone archway. As you ring the bell, a shiver runs down your spine and you realize that the loud bong invades a deep silence, which you had not noticed before. There are no sounds of birds or animals to be heard. You wait anxiously at the door and hear slow footsteps descending the stairs from the tower above. A small wooden slot in the door slides open and two eyes appear and examine you. "Well, who are you?" demands a grumpy voice through the hole. You answer that you are an adventurer in search of the master mage Yazdromo, intending to purchase magical items from him to combat the creatures of Darkwood Forest. "Oh, well, in that case, if you're interested in buying some of my merchandise, you'd better come up. I am Yazdromo." He then turns and slowly climbs the stone stairs. Will you, following him up the stairs, draw your sword and attack him? The wise decision here is to follow him up the stairs, considering he is a master, well, presumably a master mage. So drawing my sword and attacking him doesn't seem like the best option. However, my luck is good, and maybe I can catch him unawares and steal all of his stuff. I'll just follow him up the stairs. I'll take it safe for now. You follow the huffing and puffing old man in his tattered robes up the spiral staircase to a large room at the top of the tower. Shelves, cupboards, and cabinets line the walls, all filled with bottles, jars, weapons, and armor, and all manner of strange artifacts. Yazdromo shuffles past the general clutter and slumps down in an old oak chair. He reaches into his top pocket and pulls out a fragile pair of gold-rimmed spectacles. Placing these on his nose, he picks up a piece of slate and chalk from a table next to his chair and begins to write frantically. He then hands you the slate. Potion of healing, 3 gold. Potion of plant control, 2 gold. Potion of stillness, 3 gold. Potion of insect control, 2 gold. Potion of anti-poison, holy water, ring of light, boots of leaping, rope of climbing, net of entanglement, armband of strength, gloves of missile dexterity, rod of water finding, garlic buds, headband of concentration, fire capsules, and nose filters. He tells you that all the instructions for use are written clearly on the labels attached to the items, together with the suggested use. He sighs and tells you that unfortunately the magic on the items only works once, but they are the best you can buy for the money. Yastromo then asks you the reason for the purchase of the items, and you tell him your story and your decision to continue on. I should probably go back and try and buy some of the items. I think I have 30 gold in it, say, that I got from Big Leg. Right. Well, I think a good one to get is a potion of anti-poison. Because, you know, maybe I'll get poisoned eventually down the line and I'll need to stop it. Potion of healing. I don't need a potion of healing. Potion of plant control. Pfft, don't need that. Potion of stillness. Potion of insect control. Maybe the rope of climbing is what else? You can do other stuff with the rope. Armband of strength because raisins. Why not get some garlic buds? Defend against all the vampires. And because concentration is something that I lack. And why not? Those filters. We'll get one more thing. Let's get Boots of Leaping. Okay. Yes, Yastromo says slowly, rubbing his chin. I heard the good dwarves of Stonebridge had lost their fabled warhammer. Without it, their king is unable to arouse his people, despite the fact that the hill trolls threaten his village. Rumor has it that an envious king of another village of dwarves sent an eagle to Stonebridge to steal the hammer, which it managed to do, but as it flew over Darkwood, it was attacked by deathhawks, and the hammer dropped into the forest and was lost. Apparently, the two goblins found the hammer, but could not decide who was to keep it. They wrestled for hours, but gave up. Then they discovered that the handle unscrewed from the head, and the argument was settled. One kept the head, the other kept the handle. Then they parted, each happy with his new treasure. Who knows if they still have them? So, I'm afraid your problems are doubled. I can tell you that the head is made of bronze and the handle is made of polished ebony. Both head and handle have the letter G inscribed on them. Your task is not easy. Good luck. You thank Yastromo and leave the room by the spiral staircase. Okay, now we have magical items. We can do the thing. Outside in the bright light, you notice the dead quietness again. A narrow path leads northwards from the tall grass surrounding Yastromo's tower into the dense undergrowth of Darkwood Forest. In a few strides, you are surrounded by the dark and tangled forest. Stones and knotted roots seem to hide in the shadows, and you can almost believe that they are trying to trip you up. The light fades quickly, and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. Deeper and deeper you go, into the gloom. Eventually the path forks on either side of a huge old tree. Go west or go east? 160 seems like a good page, so we'll go east. The narrow path continues to cut its way through the tangled forest. Strange animal cries and noises echo through the trees. At last, the path widens to approximately a meter across. Soon you arrive at a moss-covered wooden signpost, on top of which sits a large crow. The arms of the signpost read north and east. Just as you are deciding which way to continue, you hear the words, "Good afternoon." You look up in the direction of the voice and see the crow looking down at you inquisitively. "Good afternoon?" You reply slowly, feeling a little foolish. The crow speaks again, asking which way you are headed. You reply that you are looking for two goblins, small, sinewy creatures with brown, scaly skin. "1 gold piece would buy my advice," states the crow confidently. Will you pay the crow for its advice? Ignore the crow and turn north. Ignore the crow and carry on eastwards. Let's go north. Why not? Back to page 8. Walking along the path, you hear footsteps and arguing voices ahead of you. If you wish to meet their owners, turn to page 317. If you would rather hide in the bushes to let them walk by, turn to 392. Let's meet them. Why not? What could go wrong? You draw your sword and prepare to meet the owners of the arguing voices. Two tall, spindly creatures appear clad in tattered cloth over which they wear chainmail jackets. They see you and instantly stop their argument. They are hobgoblins and draw their swords to attack you. Our first fight scene, yeah! You must fight. If you win, turn to that page. If you wish to escape during the battle, you may do so by turning to page 41. If you are killed. Ooh. Okay, let's fight them. We got this. Oh. We still got this. We still got... Oh yeah. Test my luck, because my luck is brilliant. Oh yeah. We so got this. We got this. Oof. That was close. Booyah! We killed one of the goblins. You search through the pockets of the hobgoblins and find 3 gold pieces, a tiny brass flute, and 2 maggot-ridden biscuits, which restore 1 stamina each. There is also a necklace made of mouse skulls around one of their necks. To the left of the path, you notice a large hole in the ground with a diameter some 3 meters. Walking over to the edge of the hole, you see it slipping off into the depths of the earth. If you wish to walk down the hole, turn to 125. If you prefer to continue walking northwards up the path, turn to this page. Why not? Let's see what's down the hole. I reckon we'll just go until I die, because I'll probably die. Ooh, actually, we've probably gone for too long. I can save it, can't I? Okay. Well, that was the first part of the Forest of Doom. If you want to see more of, or hear more, I guess, because all it's been is me talking about an adventure, do subscribe and tell me in the comments. Or, you can make that like button feel loved. That will also tell me if you wanted to see more. But, regardless of that, I will see you all at a later point in time. Bye!